Well, well, well. Isn't this another episode? And this one's a special one for two reasons. One, obviously, today's guest is an awesome guest, as they always are. But sadly, I'm going to be going on a little bit of a hiatus. I will be back. I'm going to take a couple months off to sort of focus on some things. Obviously, if you know me, I have a couple projects on the go. I have a clothing brand that I run and a job, and I think this is it's needed. But thanks for tuning in anyways. And there are plenty of episodes you can go and watch. I don't even know what episode this is. We got more than 50 now, so there's a wide library of guests that you can go listen to. You probably understand. Life happens. And on that note, what if death wasn't the end of the conversation? What if messages from loved ones could still reach us? And what if those with things like dementia, Alzheimer's, even comas could still communicate with us in ways that we don't yet understand? And these are the kind of questions that are at the heart of today's episode. Today's guest is Lillian Porter. She is a spiritual medium and healer who has spent years connecting with spirit guides and loved ones with clients all over the world. Whether you're deeply skeptical or open-minded like myself, I encourage you to approach this episode with curiosity as we approach one of the most fascinating topics, but also, controversial as well. This one I think this one will be a fun one. Here is Lillian Porter.
Hey you, you're listening to Just Drew. This is the first podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
You were saying you come from like Port Rowan area?
Right now, yeah, that's where we're living in Port Rowan. Yeah.
Nice. Is that like seasonal?
No, it's we've been there for 6 years.
Okay.
But things are changing, and we're going to put it up for sale. Actually, it is up for sale.
Oh, okay.
And going to move closer to Woodstock or Brantford. Probably,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
is it more of a downsizing?
We've already done that.
Oh, okay.
We went from 3,000 square feet to 1,000.
Okay.
But it's more health reasons
see.
for my husband and I. So we're just gonna move where there's more conveniences. Where we are, there's
You're not driving an hour to get groceries or an hour to.
Exactly. Yeah. And if I need anything, it's closer. Or if I want groceries delivered one day, I can do that.
Right? Yeah, you can order
Get
things
spoiled.
for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm from Hamilton originally, so when I was hanging out with my cousin yesterday, and it's like you could just, hit your phone a couple times and something comes to the door.
Yeah, that would be nice for a change.
Right. But I like it out here. I think we want to move more central eventually, but Langton's nice. I like it.
I love where we are.
Yeah.
We're right on the water. So
you can't beat that.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. It's
nice.
beautiful.
Now, did you grow up here?
No, I'm actually from Windsor.
Okay.
Teenage years moved to Toronto. And then, back into smaller cities, Kitchener and stuff.
Okay.
I lived near Ottawa for a bit. And
Oh, very nice.
yeah, been around.
Nice. I went to Ottawa as a kid. Don't really remember it. I've never gone back as an adult, but I really should.
Yeah, we were in Perth, actually.
Okay.
My husband worked for Hershey's in Smiths Falls.
No way.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Huh.
So it was nice. And that Hershey's shut down and, things change.
Yeah.
And life changes.
Was there a lot of chocolate around in your life back
Oh,
then?
yeah. And for him, working there, you're allowed to eat whatever you want while you're working.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So he'd walk by the chocolate-covered almonds that just came off and still warm, and yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually, luckily, I have experienced that. I used to shoot a lot of sort of like corporate style stuff, but I went to a place that made chocolate almonds, and he scooped it out of the big metal drum, and gave it to me, and they were still warm. Oh my gosh.
I know. I know. I'm surprised he didn't put on like 40 pounds.
Right? He gave me like 10. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to eat all these. Like, I have to work too, but yeah, it was It was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They were
nice,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to, obviously, I introduce you at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the podcast, but do you want to kind of explain to people
Sure.
what you do?
So basically, I connect with the dead.
Oh,
That's basically what I do. A lot of people, they get a little confused when I get there and want to know questions that I can't tell you lottery numbers. If you're going to have a brand new home, like, you know what I mean? It's basically, I listen to the things that their people have to say in spirit that have passed. And that's who I deal with. And quite often, they will give me stuff like, hey, I noticed your right leg is, you need to get that checked. Stuff like that. But I'm not a fortune teller.
yeah, these,
That's the
you know,
difference.
spirits per se aren't seeing the future,
Not
but more so the
necessarily.
present and past and letting you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, and I can give them a little bit. Like I said, if there is something with their health or something, I might be able to, but only if they tell me. I don't have a crystal ball that
It's not
says
something you're psychically picking up.
no.
You're being told it.
Everything I get is from spirit or guides. Everything.
Huh.
So yeah.
What now? To go way back, when did you start noticing this?
When I was about 6 years old.
Was it like a?
Scary.
I would assume it would be.
Very scary. My very first time was we had bunk beds, and I was lying down, and a man just was right in my face, and I can picture him.
So
to
you're
this day.
visually seeing
I
them.
can. Sometimes I just hear them, but sometimes it's also visual. Especially if they want to show, like I see a grandmother and she's wearing an apron. I said, your grandmother cook a lot? And it's like, yes. I said, she wore aprons. Yes. Like, so they will give me something to validate. This is me, but yeah, so it's not always visual. Sometimes they just give me words, tell me where they are, what they're doing in their homes that might be noticeable. But I have seen as well, and that was my very first time, and it was like,
Did you understand what was going on?
no, I
So
didn't.
you probably thought they
I
were
jumped out
actually
of
there.
bed. So, oh, I did. I jumped out of bed so fast, and I remember I was being babysitted at the time, and I just ran downstairs and sat with the babysitter.
Did you explain? What?
I don't think I said to her.
You didn't
I
say
thought
anything.
she'd think I was cuckoo or something. And then I remember quite often at night I would run from one side of my bed to the other so that they wouldn't get me, or I couldn't hear them. And I can just still picture myself just with my doll in my hand going from one end of my bed to the other.
I
'Cause
would do that as a
couldn't
kid,
I
but
wouldn't understand.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so how long did you keep that to yourself?
A long time. Very long. I bet you I was in my 30s.
Really? Before you
Yeah.
told anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I never said anything.
So why were you hesitant? Was it
I
just sort of the perception of it?
I think so. I think also Catholicism's very big in my family, and it's not something I'm supposed to do, but it's a part of me, and I don't hide it anymore.
Wow.
I'm not making anything up, and when I go to groups and they say, well, I'm kind of a skeptic, I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'm not here to prove anything.
Yeah.
I'm just here to tell you what I'm getting, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I've always approached it with like an open mind. I didn't grow up in the church or anything like
Yeah.
that, but I would run into people who, wouldn't advertise it,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely had intuition or whatever you want to call it, and they would know things that they shouldn't know,
Yeah.
and they would just tell me, and I'm like, how? There's no possible way
Yeah.
anybody but myself would know
Would
this.
know this, yeah.
But they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I would run in, there was a person that did work at the winery that was like this, and I was a little skeptic, and she kept, it would just come to her, and I'm like, that's strange. I try to approach things with as much logic as possible, and
sure.
I had to throw it out the window because I have no explanation for this.
Yeah. It's
And
hard
that's-
sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm always honest. So, if you ask me something, I can't guarantee you like the answer,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just I will give you what I get. And there's been times when people have asked me things and spirit has said no. Like one woman asked, was he sorry he didn't have me there when he passed? Was my dad sorry he didn't tell me about the cancer? He's like, no. And I'm like, no. She goes, I said, he's a bit of a narcissist. She said, you're right. So, that's one thing about me is just, I'll be truthfully honest, with what I'm getting. So.
So after this experience when you were 6, how free was this something that would happen all the time, constantly, or?
No, not constantly. It was just, I was very, um, I didn't like going near family that were older or family that was or have passed. It was very difficult for me. I think because in my mind they were still there, if that makes any sense, because I still saw them and I still felt them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I can remember as a child. But it was when I was in the working field at about 30 years old, and some people would tell me stuff, and I would think, well, that's not true. Like my brother died because he had a heart attack. And I'm like, in my head, I'm saying, no, he didn't. He committed suicide. You know what I mean? But I knew it was something I couldn't say out loud, and I never would, unless they asked me specifically. If she said that to me, then I would tell her honestly. But because I'm just doing my job and this coworker comes up and says that, I'm not going to tell her. But I knew.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are very heavy. I've had a
Wow.
lot of suicides, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
that must be tough going through.
It is. It is. Some of them are really hard. Like one mother lost her son and wanted me to take her right through the process. Now, they have to understand as well, if her son did not want me to tell her, then I would not give it to her. But he said, yeah, go ahead, tell her. So I took her right through exactly what happened. And at the end, she said, that's exactly what the police said. So she just needed to hear it, validated from him, I think, but that he was completely at peace. But those are really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really hard. Like, you really want me to do this? And she goes, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay.
So yeah, I guess some people, they just need closure in different ways.
Yeah, and closure is an odd word.
Yeah.
Because do you really ever get closure when you lose somebody that's really close to you?
Not fully, I don't think ever.
Right? But
Yeah.
it's a way to put it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think more than closure, it's a way to have it go somewhere that you
Okay.
can handle it.
So in this situation, when say she hires you or asks you to come to her place,
Mm-hmm.
is this something, are they just coming to you, or are you sort of asking them, like, what if they want you to contact, like, was it her brother?
That was her son.
Her son.
Mm-hmm.
Are they sometimes just not around?
Yeah, I've had a few where they just don't want to come through. Not when it's usually one-on-one. One-on-ones, I usually do get.
Okay.
Somebody. It might not be the person they want, though.
I see. So it's not something you can conjure or control.
I can ask them. Like
I
usually
see.
before I go to a reading, the day before I'll open up. Because if I'm open all the time, they would constantly be saying, okay, you got to say this, you got to say this, you got to say this. And it's like, I'll never remember all this. You can't do that to me. So the day before I usually go see someone, I will say, okay. And I open up. So for this particular one, I kept getting bear. And I'm like, really? Yes, bear. So when I went there, I said to her, I keep getting the word bear. Is there a bear? She said, that's his brother. She said he was the only one that ever called him bear. So that was his way of saying, I'm here, Mom, and he would come to me beforehand. I will let them come before so that I have something to start with too, especially if it's a group or something like that. But they do come before.
And that's something you can kind of turn on and off?
Yeah, I have to.
How do you do that? How is that in your...
It's like talking to them and saying, I can't do this today, or I'm not going to see them till, like, because there's no time, right? There's no time there.
Right.
So I'm not going to be there for a while. Just stop. I'll let you know. Just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Or sometimes if they're really pushy, make myself put like doors, and I shut the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And now I'm sure you've had a lot of instances, but people who might be very skeptical of you
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
completely flip it.
Men mostly.
Men, yes.
And they're really starting to come to me. I've done about 3 or 4 in the last few months.
And where do you find it really flips for them?
I think for them is me saying things that they're feeling. So, for instance, one son, again, suicide. And I knew the cremation was coming up. And I knew he was having a hard time with it. And I brought that up, and he just kind of looked at me and he said, he's saying to me, I'm going to watch. You can watch, go, Dad, I'm going to watch. I want to see how it's done. And that completely relieved him.
Mm-hmm.
But he just like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a huge fear for him. And I said, you got to remember, that's not him. It's just a shell. It's not him.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the words to his dad. And his wife said that's exactly what he would have said to his dad. Like if he were standing there, So, yeah. So that's how the skepticism kind of falls away. But I don't go there with the intention of removing that. That's up to them. They can take it or not.
It's happening to you regardless, so you're not looking to convince anybody.
I never am looking to convince anybody.
Yeah. Because I think there's probably people who don't have this ability who pretend they do. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that adds to the skepticism.
Absolutely. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. And I had a mentor when I really got into it. And again, when people would ask me things and I knew they wouldn't like the answer, I said to her, I had to tell her, she goes, that is you. You're doing the truthful thing. And that keeps you and trustworthy and, safe, because other people will tell them what they want to hear. But that just proves that you're doing what yeah.
So how did you connect with this mentor of yours?
I actually went to her for a reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of strange. And she just connected. She said, I think this is going to take about 5 minutes because you can tell me everything I'm going to tell you.
Oh, so she kind of knew.
She knew right away as soon as she met me.
Did you?
I've had a couple do that to me.
Huh.
Yeah, one said, you've got my eyes. She said, you do what I do. And I'm like, really? And then that's, I think, when I started noticing, when I knew when people weren't really telling me the truth. Not because they wanted to lie to me, but it was easier for them to handle the death if they made up in their mind how this person died or whatever. Mm.
And have you do you ever ask about the history of, let's say, your mentor and her experience? Like, does it always happen young?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so. I know a lot of them you hear, oh, I was doing this when I was 5, or my mom did it and that. And
do any of do you have relatives that can do it?
My grandfather was the 7th son of a 7th son. He was native Métis. And he could heal. He was amazing. And he told my mom when I was very young that one of her children would have his gifts of spirit and mediumship. And yeah, but he was incredible. I remember being on the farm, and his wife had cut herself in the kitchen, like with a knife really deep. And she said to my mom, go tell Rosar I've cut myself, my grandfather, Rosar. And she said, don't say anything else, just tell him I've cut myself. And so my mom ran out to the field, told him. By the time she got back, the bleeding had stopped. Everything was fine. So, yeah, it's in that side of the family for sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
So interesting. So it's like almost like a genetically passed
I
down
think
ability,
it
maybe.
is a lot of times. I
Yeah.
think it is. My daughters are, one is an empath for sure. She feels everybody. And the other one, she's quite good actually she does tarot cards, but she really reads the tarot cards for what she gets, and she's usually right, like that type of thing. So yeah, I think it does in a way.
Have
Yeah.
you have you read into, maybe the history of this at all, or people in the past, or like was this known to be a thing,
When I was young?
with even with tribes or things like that in the area?
Oh, no.
No, it's not like a historically known thing.
No.
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. It was just me. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I've never been with what's the proper title you like? Is it medium or?
I like medium.
Yeah.
To me, when I add psychic medium, when I say psychic, it makes people think I can give them lottery numbers.
Or read their minds or something.
Or read their minds.
Yeah.
And I really can't. Everything I get is from spirit. Everything.
Now, did you grow up? You said you grew up with the church,
Yeah.
or okay. So you have sort of had this concept of heaven, or spirits.
Definitely.
Now, have you done some medium things with people who are not religious?
Oh yeah.
And
mostly because, I mean, I used to sing at the Basilica in Guelph in the choir, and they didn't know what I did because I knew a lot of them would just, it wouldn't fly because they don't believe in that stuff. A lot of them, but
life after death.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And how do they take it? Their experience with you?
The ones that I've read.
Yeah. Ones that came in very skeptical, or did not believe in an afterlife or spirits.
Very well. And see, like years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I did a group reading, and there was a gentleman there, and he was so skeptical. It was his mother having the party. He goes, "I have to tell you right off, like, this is crazy." I'm like, "That's fine, like, whatever." During the session, he was the first one that spirit came to me about and said, "You got to look out. You are hanging with the wrong people." And he goes, "Oh, that's done. That's past." He died 2 years later from drugs overdose from those people. So, like,
Holy shit.
But by the time at the end of that group reading, he did come up to me and say, "Wow, you've changed my mind."
Wow.
But unfortunately, he didn't take heed to what I was saying.
Yeah. I'm just wondering the psychology behind it, because if not, maybe being open-minded, maybe being agnostic about, the soul or the afterlife, and then just completely changing afterwards. And it must be very confusing to people who are like, "Oh, there's no heaven, there's no spirits." And then they run into you, and then they have no explanation.
I changed their world.
Yeah, because there's no logical explanation for what you're saying. You shouldn't know the things that you know.
Exactly. So another instance for you, for somebody that totally didn't believe in this stuff. I also connect with people who are very close to death. Because when you're getting closer, you're more open to the universe. You're more susceptible to knowing things. It's the only way I can explain it. But my neighbor had cancer, and he definitely was like his wife would have me go smudge a home that she was having trouble selling. She was a real estate agent. She goes, "Would you go?" And I'm like, "Sure, no problem." And he's like, "You're really not going to get her to do that?" And she goes, "Yeah, I am." So when it came close for him to pass, I was in the kitchen and I heard music, and it was him. And I went, "Oh."
In their home or your home?
I was in my home.
Interesting.
And I heard music. He kept saying music to me. I went, "Oh, no. Now you believe?" You're about ready to. So I said, I felt really bad because I knew this meant he was close. And I thought, do I go to her or do I not? But she knows he's transitioning, so I should tell her. So I walked over and I said, "I got to tell you, he's coming and he keeps saying music." And she went, I asked him this morning if he wanted to listen to music, and I got no response. And she said, now I know. She said, thank you. And she went and got the Bluetooth and put it in his bedroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he was definitely a non-believer.
So in this circumstance, was he just sort of not conscious
Yeah.
when she was trying
he was very close. He was, I think, 3 days.
I see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was
just,
communicating with you, obviously.
Yep, because she had asked him, but he didn't know how to say, yeah, I want music. So
And you could just hear him say
Yep,
that
Yep.
in your own house.
Yeah.
Huh.
He just
And
kept saying music.
what are you hearing? Is it are they right beside
Yeah.
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
like he's
okay.
right here.
Okay.
And he's like, music.
And then obviously you're used to that
And
now.
I see him. So, yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I just walked over and I said it. And it was funny because I usually can't connect with them until they've been gone 3 days. There's usually that 3 days where they're in transition that you can't reach them. And I wasn't at home the day he passed because I think we had plumbing problems and we were at my daughter's. But their dog had passed 3 months prior. And all of a sudden I saw the dog. And I texted her right away and I said, Lucy's there. And so her sister-in-law went into the bedroom where she was lying with him and said, Lucy's here. And within 5 minutes, he was gone. So, yeah. But I could not see him. I could only see Lucy. He was like a ball of light.
I see.
I could just see Lucy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you mind me if I ask a personal question?
No.
So you grew up in Catholicism, you said?
Yeah.
Are you still a Catholic?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I sing at funerals.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
It's one of my great things that I like to do, but
Yeah.
it sounds terrible, but yeah.
Huh. Okay. So yeah, you're sort of approaching this with a religious sort of mindset background, but then
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I'm Catholic, but it doesn't mean that I agree with everything. And obviously I can't because I know what I see and I know what I hear and I know how many people I've helped.
how does that community? What do they think about what you do?
I don't say anything.
Oh, really?
So if anybody's watching the podcast, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. It's not something I bring up.
Okay.
It's not something. Now, there's the odd person that I feel I can talk to, and I have, and they've been very open.
Okay.
But for the most part, I keep it to myself.
I wasn't sure if what you do would scare somebody who
Oh,
is
I'm
very
su-
religious.
For sure. I do readings at Waterford Girl, and I do them like usually a Friday and a Saturday. I do about 5 each day. And she has a cleaning woman, and she will not go into the room that I do my readings in to clean.
Okay.
She's like, I'm not going in there. She goes, but she helps people. Like, she literally has helped so many. She says, I see them coming out of there in tears and saying how wonderful it was and how great they feel. Like, she's a good person. She goes to church. She sings at the church. No. So, yeah, there are some that just, they can't wrap their heads around. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So she said, all right, I'll clean it myself if you won't go in there.
And now, so these people you're communicating with, are they always people that are just like a generation back, or like how far?
Oh, no.
How far back can you go?
I can go very far back.
So you're talking to people
World
who
War II, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because I'll ask about uniforms. I think this happened actually at the Burning Kiln when I did the group reading. There was one that I talked about some medals that were won during a war that they had gotten, not won, had gotten. And she said, yeah, my great-grandfather's, but my sister has them all. I said, no, you need one. He wants you to have one. So, oh, yeah, no, I can go back a ways. I often do when I'm in a home. I can feel if that's not the first time, like a house has been there or something.
In your opinion, does a home sort of hold spirits or energy, or does it have to?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Are you connecting with let's say you go to a reading and somebody there is looking to connect to somebody, but you're connecting to somebody who has nothing to do with that person?
That hasn't happened. I'll tell you one thing that happened to me in that circumstance. I went to a home to do a reading for the woman who owned the home and her friend. And she said, I've got you all set up in the family room. Is that okay? I said, yeah, absolutely. So I always smudge before.
And
I'll explain
people,
why.
yeah, people listening, they may
Yeah.
not, if you want to explain what that is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Smudging is just with sage, and it just clears the energy, and it lets them know I'm there respectfully. I'm not there to push anybody or anything like that, push anybody out or anything. I'm not there to bring spirits into this house that don't belong. They're all going to come back with me. And the first time I had to smudge, and this is why, because I was reading for this woman, her friend, and I got set up in the family room, and I sat down. She said, do my friend first. I'm like, okay. And I sat there, nothing. This never happened to me before. And all of a sudden, all I could picture was a brick wall completely around me. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I said, 14. That's all I could come up with. And she went, I don't know. I said, you know what? I can't do this. There's nothing coming through. So she said, it's okay, don't worry. And she left, and the owner of the house came down. And I said, I feel really bad, but I got nothing for her. I said, this has never happened to me before. She sat down, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And again, I see this, literally I can see the bricks, all colored bricks right around me. So called it a day, and I said, can I do something for you before I leave? Like, can I smudge, or can I? She goes, yeah, smudging would be great. She says, we want to sell this house, but everybody around here knows this house. And the last owner committed suicide here. And I'm like, oh,
Could have led with that one.
There you go. There you go.
I see.
So he would not let anybody in. And that's the first and only time that's ever happened to me. But since that time, I smudge every time just to show them, to clear any bad energy first, and to let them know I'm there with respect. And I'm not trying to overtake their home or anything like that. But that's what started it. Because he wouldn't let me read anybody. He would not allow any spirits through.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It's never happened to me before.
And so you saged.
I didn't end up doing it that night because I was trying to figure out like what. As soon as she said that, I realized, and I did sage. Yes, you're right. I saged, and then they sold the house within a week or so.
Okay.
But
and did that person eventually come through, or were you able to?
No.
I see. So that was kind
she
of
just showed me where he did it.
Interesting.
And I just extra saged in there and just told him to let go. It's okay to go. But yeah.
Huh.
I'd never had that happen before.
And so, let's say you get invited to an outing, a social event. That's got to be hard for you.
It's so hard. I really have to shut down sometimes. I don't like going to big groups.
I see.
Because I get too much.
Overwhelming.
It is a little bit. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming. I literally, like if they had a celebration for life for my neighbor, there were so many people, and I literally I could feel the tears coming, only because I was getting so much around me that I literally had to go for a walk and just get away from it. Yeah.
Does it ever get confusing for you? Because I know you're visually seeing these people. Do you know who's really there and who isn't?
Yeah.
Like if you're just walking in the neighborhood and let's say you run into an individual.
Oh, I see.
How do you know? Is it just something you feel?
Yeah, you have to ask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I once had a woman who, it sounds gross, but she was covered in blood.
Oh, shit.
And she was walking a poodle.
Okay.
This is I didn't literally, how do I explain it? So she was there. And all she wanted to know was where her family was. I don't know who she belonged to. I just said, your family's fine. Like, she was dressed like in the 50s. So I said,
so you kind of know.
Yeah. So I kind of know, but not if it's a specific person that she belongs to. I just had to let her know it was okay, that they were all fine and she could go. Yeah, so I think she was beaten. So, yeah, I get crappy stuff like that. But
now, after you talk to this individual like that, do they move on? Do you know?
Yeah,
They do.
I never saw her again.
Ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And that was one of my first times again with that experience. And I said to I did call my mentor on that one. I said, I don't know what to do. She goes, talk to her. Just talk to her. Find out why she's there. So I did. And that's what I do now if I get somebody. Yeah.
So are you mostly connecting people who are sort of in the middle or a bit of both?
Well, they can go back and forth.
I see.
I think that's what it is more than anything.
Okay.
Is they can go back and forth.
Okay.
I've heard that it's beautiful. The colors there are.
That was my next question because
Yeah.
I was not I'm not a
Yeah.
religious person.
Yeah.
I'm very much agnostic. I'm very open-minded about
Yeah.
everything, which is why I was more than happy to have you on. Because I've never spoken to anybody like this before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was curious. Like, do you ask them about? You do. Okay. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I just,
not at all. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
No, I've just been told the colors are so vibrant and beautiful, and it's just a very calming being, very calming. Yeah.
That must give you peace of mind.
It does. And when I will tell you the story of when my son passed a couple years ago, he was like you. He wasn't sure, about anything. He wanted to, like his sisters were baptized. He wasn't. I gave them the choice. And he was like on the fence. Like, he didn't know, right? And so he'd go with the bad stuff or he'd go with the good stuff, whatever. And when he passed, he liked all those soft furry blankets and the faw pillows and stuff, and he had 2 faw pillows under his head. So I think it was about 4 days after he passed, I had those pillows on the couch for some reason. They had come and gotten the hospital bed and stuff. And my dog grabbed one. I said, no, and I took it and I looked at it. And I have the pictures. There's a cross on the pillow. And I'm like, what? And then I looked at the other pillow, another cross, except a different one. The one looked like just a old plain wooden cross, and the other one looks like the fancy one. Both pillows, and they still have it to this day. It's still there.
Huh.
Yeah, and it was like he was telling me, yeah, you're right, Mom. So it was kind of cool.
Wow.
But I have pictures of those pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe it is what you want it to be, if that makes any sense.
I mean, the other thing for me, too, is there's so many religions out there.
Oh, yeah.
But
you know what? When you boil them down,
it's kind of the same thing.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
They
They all have a concept of a soul. It might just be labeled differently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what we're supposed to be doing in this life. Be good. Love each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the goal is the same. To me, that's what it is too.
Yeah.
Like any religion, there's so many.
Yeah.
But what it boils down to is, how we are here.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, just in your son's, circumstance, he doesn't have your ability to experience what you're experiencing. So, yeah, he couldn't know, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what faith is.
But but when I saw that on the pillows, I was just blown away.
Yeah.
And like I said, to this day, they're still there. Yeah.
Do you speak with him often?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I speak to him often. I hear him call me. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you glad that you can continue to do that, or would you rather it not be like that?
Oh, no, I don't mind at all.
Okay.
I think because of what I do. Now, some people that might scare if their mother kept coming to them, or when I was a child and my grandmother died, I think she knew how much it would scare me to see her. And I could picture her and I could hear her, but I never saw her. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it is for a lot of people. If they think it'll scare you to see them,
They'll hold back a bit.
They won't show themselves. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's what I get out of it is helping people to that word closure, but to be able to deal with what's happened in their life.
Yeah.
And I've gotten lots of emails and stuff thanking me afterwards.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. That's all it is about.
And so, what do you prefer to do? Obviously, do you like, I guess group settings you said were a little overwhelming.
If I go there because I'm doing a group, that's different.
Okay.
If I'm at a party, we were in Eastside Mario's this week, and all of a sudden I thought I was going to start bawling, and I couldn't eat my supper. Yeah.
Because you're not doing a read-in. You're just trying to be in a normal social setting, and it's coming at you, whether you like it or not.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That would be...
Yeah.
You live a heavy life. That's a lot.
But I can compartment?
Yeah, compartmentalize?
Yes.
Yeah.
To a certain point, too. I have to, or I'd go crazy.
Do you just kind of be like, hey, I'm eating dinner, like,
yeah, like
come to me after?
That one didn't go away, but I think it was something to do with maybe somebody that was sitting with us.
Yeah, okay.
So I just asked a few questions, but I didn't get into detail, but yeah.
Now, are these, what do you refer to them as? People, spirits? Spirits?
Yeah.
Are they very pushy sometimes? Like they
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really, 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 really want to communicate.
Yeah.
And is it the only way they can do it?
Well, I think they talk to their people, but sometimes, and this is what I've said to a few that want to hear from their daughters, sons, mother, father, don't think you're going crazy. You're hearing from them. Like, don't think, did I just feel that or hear that?
Yeah, am I seeing something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't doubt yourself, because they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really do.
Now, do you think this is an ability that everybody has that they just can't tap into, or is it?
I think so. But what I hate, and I don't mind saying this, is that I've seen where people have, I'm going to get a gift certificate. I'm going to get a certificate on mediumship. I'm doing a course, and then I get
I see.
I'm sorry.
It's not something you can just
I'm sorry.
do a course and then you have the ability.
And I said to one person, so what'd you pay for that? $250, and then the next session's another $250. I'm like, wow. Like, I don't believe that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's something
you can force.
That can be taught. You can do a workshop on it, for sure. There are workshops for mediums to go to and to strengthen it and to feel their abilities, or what maybe abilities they have they weren't aware of. But to actually go to teach to be a medium, no.
So if it's something I wanted to tap into, it's not something I can just want to do. It just has to.
You could.
Yeah.
If you were strong enough and wanted it bad enough, yeah, you could. You could. It's just like they come to us in our dreams. And if you want them to come into your dreams, a lot of times I tell people, just ask for whoever you believe in, God, the universe, whatever your beliefs are. I never, to say, I want to remember my dreams. When they come to you in your dreams, if you're sitting there having a coffee or something and their lips are moving and you're having a conversation, that's a dream. But if they come to you and you're sitting there and you know everything they're saying but their lips aren't moving, that's a visitation. You're connecting with them without the use of the words. Mm-hmm. That's a visitation. That's how you know the difference between a dream and a visitation.
What are your dreams like? Yours must be way different than so let's say I connect with people, but yours in particular I feel like would be different.
Yeah, but I can tell again if I'm having a dream or if it's somebody trying to connect, because they're staring at me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Now, how long are your interactions with people? Are you sitting down having conversation for an hour, or
no?
Okay.
I mean, some are pushy and try and stay in your life on a daily basis, on a route, you know what I mean, a regular basis, and you have to push them out and say, no. I've done my duty. I've talked to your people. You've given them their message. Like, you can't stick with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what is it like for you? I'm sure you've run into spirits that were not good people?
I've had a couple. Actually, they come more at night to me.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I've had some bad interactions. And I just stand my ground because I'm strong. I'm very strong, and I can push away. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you interact with
scary.
them, or you're just like, you're
No,
a bad person, you need to leave?
back off. Yeah,
What do you think their intentions are?
I don't know.
You don't
I
communicate.
don't want to find out. Yeah, I really don't. It's
Hmm.
scary enough
Yeah.
when they're
So
in your
it's
face.
so if they were a bad person in life, it's not like they transcend into something good afterwards.
Not always. So if somebody did something that they were very sorry for, no, I don't believe that. I believe they can change and see that it was wrong. There are some that say, I don't care. That's the way I was. I've had them. I said, was he a narcissist? Oh, yeah. Or, was he cruel? Yes. So some of them, no, they don't see what they did wrong. But there are some that do change when they go over and see the past and see what they did on earth, for sure. For
Wow.
sure. It's not always that they stay bad.
Yeah.
But there are.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know what? You got good, you're going to have evil.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, there's only good in the world. It's no.
Now, are you communicating with only things that used to be living? Are you communicating with other, in more like a religious context?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not too. No.
Or like
I mean, maybe
like an angel
I
or
was
a
gonna say
demon or like whatever that
no.
would be.
Archangels, I do because I will ask them for protection. Yes.
Okay.
So I shouldn't say no. So yes, I do. For particular archangels, I can't count on all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Especially if I'm cleansing a home.
Yeah.
I use the 4 archangels, but yeah, it's not like I can have a one-on-one conversation with
That's
God.
what I was wondering, if you were like
No.
having a conversation with
Yeah.
something that was beyond.
Then they might put me away.
I see. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I do call on the archangels.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for help.
Huh. Very nice. This is very cool. I've never really, well, I've never even done anything like this,
Yeah.
let alone talk to somebody. There was an individual that worked at the winery who wouldn't do readings for people, but it would just sort of naturally come to her, and she would just say something very intuitive, and
That's how I started.
okay. She wasn't saying, hey, I was speaking to so and so. She would just tell me, hey, whatever you're doing, this, keep going. Or like she would say something very specific. I'm like, you shouldn't know that. Why are you telling me this? And then she kept doing it. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of understand what's going on here. Like
There's different gifts.
tap it into something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And like Ashley would come home and like, yeah, so and so said this. I'm like, she shouldn't know that. There's no way she should know that.
Yeah.
But she did.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have some questions here. I just want to we've
Sure.
covered a lot here. What's a good one here? So I know you had a very, like your first experience as a 6-year-old was quite scary.
Yeah.
Now, have you had some more of in your adult years that you've really,
I think more because I can control it. No, not as much.
Yeah.
I have seen shadows, and some things have happened that aren't great, but I can handle it.
yeah, you're very seasoned with it.
It's just, yeah.
Now, are you mentoring anybody?
No, not really.
Do people come to you in a panic being like, what's going on? I can't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And like she did that day with this house she was trying to sell. I could tell there was something wrong with that house. Now, sometimes the house, it's not necessarily a spirit. It's residual. A lot of people hear shuffling or sounds of people walking or whatever. Sometimes you got to remember, like, especially in the older homes, a lot of people lived in those homes. So you've got residual sounds, and it's not necessarily a spirit walking your house.
I see.
You know what I mean?
More of an energy.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But I have had people come in a panic that, there's something going on in my home.
Because people, they believe in haunted items and things like that, or a haunted house. Those are obviously, everybody knows what a haunted house is.
Well, I would never, I don't like antique stores.
No.
I can't breathe.
Oh, too much.
Too much. And I would never buy antique jewelry.
Okay. Huh. So,
because it holds it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that stuff I do. Haunted houses? Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when somebody says, "Oh, don't go in that house, it's haunted," what?
I go for it.
What do you think's going on? Like, what's going on there?
What I think is going on is that they don't want to let go. People don't want to let go of what they had. If a house was so important to them, they don't want to let go. I know I do want to go over to the Burning Hill House cottage. That's the girls talk about, and I already know exactly what's going on in there, and I want to go and just talk to them.
I've spoken to a person that has some intuition, and
So
she's told me some things, and then we looked it up, and
yeah, it's just like Victoria. I can't go into Victoria. I lose my breath.
It's the oldest town in Canada, I was told. Yeah. So much going on there.
That was when I first moved here. Somebody took me through Victoria, and I couldn't even breathe. Yeah.
So when you hear of people saying, "Oh, I saw a ghost. I saw a ghost. I saw a ghost," and then other people are like, "I've never seen a ghost, so it can't be real." Mm-hmm. Do you think those people are sort of more sort of tapping into what you're capable of tapping into? Maybe that's why they're seeing it and others aren't?
Or the ones that aren't are a bit scared to see something.
And so they're not, like you were saying before, they won't show themselves because they know you're scared.
They don't want to scare you. Yeah, or they'll say, "I haven't heard from my mom. I never hear from my mom. My sister does all the time, but I never do." And it's just like, you're hearing. You're just not listening, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They just, some people are so concerned with looking dumb or insane that they don't want to admit to what they're hearing, if that makes any sense.
Do you find a lot of kids are more receptive to this?
Kids are very receptive, and I tell mothers all the time, don't put them down for it. Like, don't disregard it. Go with it. Ask them what they're hearing or who their friend is and stuff. Oh, absolutely.
I've never had any kind of experience ever. Still open-minded, but I've had family that have. Yeah. Like I'm sure it's okay to share this. But my mom said she used to see a lady in a rocking chair. Yeah. In Simcoe at her childhood home, and her dad would say, "Oh, don't worry, that's Grandma."
Yeah, no doubt in my mind.
But you know what? Not so much.
You have a grandfather that's passed, right?
I have two, yeah.
And there's one that's asking all the time what these contraptions are.
Contraptions?
Yes. What are all these contraptions?
Yeah. Yeah, so, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. Are you reading now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sometimes I can't help it because they just pop in.
Yeah.
This is my opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them sticks out in my mind that would say something like that, probably. Yeah.
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 And fishing, something about fishing. So one of them was a fisherman. Did one of them like to fish just on the sly? Like,
I don't know, maybe. I can't remember if the one would come fishing with us often.
Something about fishing.
Probably.
But the contraption guy is kind of funny, actually.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, we can, I mean, if you want to do more stuff after, we can. Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah.
I'm interested in what you're doing. I just, I was curious if it would come up during it. Mm-hmm. But obviously, like, I don't want to share too many personal things on the internet.
But I had to say that.
For sure.
I wanted to know about the contraptions.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Yeah, one of them is sticking out in my mind that would say something like that.
See, and that's one thing I won't do is I don't stop people in a grocery store and say, "Can I tell you something?" Absolutely not. I will not do that. Now,
Even though that spirit's like, hey,
yeah,
please,
it's like,
please, please.
That being said, I had a woman. I was going through a checkout, and she looked at me and she said, "Is your name Lillian?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "My mom's name was Lillian." She started to well up.
Oh,
And I'm like, "Oh." And I said, "Do you have her necklace?" "Yes." She said, "Wear it. She wants you to wear it." And she thanked me so much.
oh yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
When they bring it up, I will. And it was just my daughter and I standing in line, so there wasn't a bunch of people around. I'll do that type of thing, but that's as far as I go.
Yeah, I guess if they're not expecting it. I
won't do
I
it.
know what you do. I knew you would probably tap into some stuff
Yeah.
while I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it would be during or before or
Yeah.
after.
Well,
So
I won't do too much.
I'm interested though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it.
But I had to say that because he's pushy. So.
Yeah, we should. If he's around after, I would be curious to see what else he has to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah.
That's very. Yeah. This is fun. Oh, and what was I gonna say? Oh, so going back, my grandfather would tell my mom, hey, that's grandma. Don't worry about it. Nothing to be concerned about. And he passed, and my parents sold the house, and the neighbor's daughter moved in, and so we would still go visit the house and see the neighbor's daughter because we were close with the neighbors, and they would take care of my grandfather and stuff. And I remember she had a kid, and this is kind of getting back to kids sort of being receptive to this kind of stuff. And I guess she came walking up and was like, "Hey, do you see the lady in the rocking chair?" And I in my earlier years, I was not as open to things, and I have no explanation for that.
Yeah.
It's just too coincidental.
Oh yeah, for sure. She was
Doesn't make any sense.
She was making sure your grandpa was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but to see the same thing, that my mom would see 40, 50 years ago, to see it still.
Because that home meant so much to her.
Huh.
And that chair was her chair. And I will often tell people that.
Yeah.
You've got a chair. Do not get rid of that chair. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, we do have that chair. It's like, yeah.
So do you interact with kids who, have kids come up to you and...
No, I'd love to do more of that, to be honest. I would love to. There's a lot of children out there that people talk to me about and who suggest that I meet them because they're definitely seeing people and hearing things, and they don't know what to do. And I'm like, I am open. Like, if you want me to come and sit and explain...
Hey, this happened to me too.
Yeah,
don't worry.
And help them deal with it. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the telepathy tapes?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, everybody has their gifts, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All our brains work differently, and we all have spots in our brain that are probably stronger than others. I mean, I don't know if I've ever met one that was true. You know what I mean? I don't know. I
only asked because I was listening to a podcast of a girl that, communicates with the nonverbal speaking autistic people.
Oh.
That's what it's called. They called this documentary the telepathy tapes, but essentially, these autistic nonverbal people, they would communicate with a letterboard and stuff, but they were talking to people who have passed. But to them, they didn't know, oftentimes they didn't know they were dead. To them, they're just... That
happens sometimes.
They're just talking to them.
Yeah. If it happens quickly,
Mm-hmm.
if a death happens quickly, sometimes it takes a while to figure out that they're dead.
Huh.
Yeah. But I can reach Alzheimer's, dementia, people in comas. I've given messages to people and I've validated it with something that they would know, something about their room that they're in or something. So is that telepathy that she's getting, or is that a guide helping her? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is she getting that? Because I can do that with people that are dying in comas and stuff like that. I can. So, is that what telepathy is? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a spectrum, right? There's people who
Yeah.
think they might see something. There's people who actually see something, and then maybe there's something even more
Yeah.
advanced. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Very nice. Now, has this changed the way you grieve yourself when you have relatives pass? Because for someone like me, someone pass and that's it. I can't communicate
Well, you
with them.
can if you try. But anyway.
I like this is I would I like that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you want to go back to my grandmother, was devastating. She was like my mom to me.
Yeah.
And if I look at the way I grieved then, as I do now with my son, it was very hard. But I do know I can talk to him, and I do know he's around his sisters. So maybe it has changed the way I grieve a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel they're always with me.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does. And I, like I said, I do hear my name called in the middle of the night.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, it's actually funny because the one night we were sleeping and I heard my name clear as bell, Lillian. And my husband just woke up and he said, "What did you say?" I said,
Oh, so he heard it too?
Yeah. And I said, "Just go back to sleep." Just never mind.
Just another night.
And that just validates that I actually heard that. You know what I mean? Like, he heard it.
Yeah.
Thought it was me talking to him.
I've heard, I had an uncle tell me he had a similar experience and someone was saying his name and he thought he was crazy. And his wife heard it too.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's I wouldn't say she's very open to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she heard it.
Some things change people and they become open.
Yeah.
But it's not my goal in life. But if they need my help, I would definitely help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel if well, obviously you're a little more used to it than me.
Yeah, of
but
course.
I feel like if I heard that for the first time, it would be like your 6-year-old experience.
Yeah, that was
It
scary.
would be a little unsettling.
It was very unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. How long did it take you to sort of realize what was happening?
Long time.
Very long time.
Very long time.
Like, did you think you were being haunted or?
No, I didn't think of anything like that.
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
figure it out.
Okay.
Even when I did this thing in my bed, going back and forth, I really didn't understand it and wondered if other kids did that too. Like, it was so weird.
Yeah. That's a long time to hold on to something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here. Wow, we covered a lot. I have a lot of questions. I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about. We covered a ton here.
Oh, that's awesome.
So how do you I know we kind of touched on like skeptics and stuff, but how do you respond to people who think, all of this is just kind of voodoo nonsense?
I don't really.
Yeah, you don't care. It's just like you're not trying to prove anything.
It's what it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not here to prove anything. I just want to help. If you need help reaching someone or knowing if they're okay, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Whether, like suicides, did they really do it or did somebody do it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always fun to say, no, they did it. They meant to. But it seems to help them know that instead of wondering all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just, I don't know.
And
Skeptics don't.
do you, so I guess, do you feel pressure to perform all the time, or is it just what happens?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I hate sometimes when I'm invited places and I know the only reason they're asking me to go is to see what I pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Probably one of the reasons I don't do too much, in group settings.
Yeah.
Because I think they're always expecting.
More pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like to get out sometimes and just be me and not have to worry about.
Yeah, and kind of experience it for yourself and not perform
Yeah.
for people.
But yeah, and yeah, I do get that.
Yeah.
They want performance, yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
I love it. I just, when I get the emails that say, thank you so much, you've taken a big weight off my shoulders, or you've made me feel better, I can understand more, or, I know it wasn't my fault, or, they weren't mad at me when they, you know what I mean? It's just, when I get those letters, it's just amazing, and it makes me feel so good. That's all I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
It's
It's going to happen to you regardless, so you might as well
I just want
do
to
some good with it,
I want
right?
to help people.
Yeah.
That's it.
That makes sense.
Bottom line. That's it.
Well, and I guess you're also helping the spirit as well as the living,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
You're helping both sides. So.
Yeah. Because they know they have questions,
Yeah.
And they need to,
Yeah.
for sure.
Has anything unexplainable happened to you during a reading? Something just so kind of out there, you're just like, I don't know what's going on here.
Not even just readings. Yes, I've had lights shut off on me.
Okay. Oh, so very physical things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had my candle go bananas, like the flame just fly. I got home one day from work and opened my closet where I had all my, like, lotions and prescriptions and stuff, and they were all stacked in a perfect T. They all, I get stuff.
So do you ever ask them about that?
No, because I don't think that one was a good one.
I see.
Because I felt him a lot, and I don't think he was good. So I ignore him.
So that's more of like a, hey, I
Yeah.
want to scare you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I've had people walk in for their reading, and I'm like, oh, you brought somebody with you.
Oh.
Your dad's with you. And she's like, I just went to the cemetery to see him before I came. So I'm like, well, he knew. Not that he's there.
Yeah.
That's a big one with people,
Yeah.
is letting them know they're not there. You bring them there.
Yeah.
When you go visit that tombstone or you visit their gravesite, you're bringing them with you. They don't stand there all day.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not in one spot.
No.
Huh.
So, but yeah, I do. I've had lights shut off. I've had, TVs go on.
Yeah.
They're big on electronics. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we covered all of this. Let me see here. Now, do you think this sort of intuition thing, do you think it's something we sort of outgrew a little bit? Because I feel like back in the day, I don't know what it, like, even just like the witch trials, or
I was just going to say.
yeah, like what do you,
Yeah.
maybe that's something they were, tapping into a similar thing that you were
But
doing.
people were taking it the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say was the witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it was more prevalent back in the day and we've sort of lost it. Now there's only, a handful of people. Like how many other true mediums do you actually know of? Two. Okay. And
Honestly, two.
And obviously of some that claim they are that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Is this something you pick up on like almost immediately with someone who?
Yeah, like I don't go to those psychic fairs.
Okay.
I did go, I think twice in my life, and I just didn't like the feeling. I didn't pick up on good stuff, and I just said, nah, I want out.
Yeah.
I've never. It's like somebody said, "Oh, you should get a booth at a." No. I'll stick to what I do.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot out there because if you find they're asking you questions before they even start. When I do a group or even one-on-one, I make sure they know. Don't tell me anything. Don't ask me any questions. I'll give you time for that, but let me give you what I'm getting first. Then at the end, if there's somebody that didn't come through that you wanted, or there's a question, then I will ask. But I always say that first and foremost, don't tell me anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Because I guess if you're trying to pretend like you're somebody, you're trying to rule out probability and
And I want them to see that I'm genuine.
Yeah.
You know, that what I'm validating is what they're giving me.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So, do you think like all this, the concept of an afterlife and spirit, and what do you think? What is really going on after death? Like, how do you wrestle with just the logic of just existence and
I think that's what it is.
yeah,
I think they're just around us.
yeah,
I really do. But I think there has to be another step up, maybe that's the way to put it, because of people that have told me about the colors are so prevalent, like to what people talk about. Like, you would not believe how beautiful. So I think there's, and maybe that's what you put in your mind where you want to be, but that's how
yeah,
that's
or
how
just
I take it.
the concept of a soul, even I think is
Yeah.
hard for some people to grasp.
Yeah.
Yeah, or where is it coming from? You
Yeah.
know, does it come from somewhere and then it moves on
Yeah.
after?
And I don't try and pretend I know those answers.
Yeah.
You know, just because my background is Catholic,
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean I have the answers. And I would never push my beliefs on anybody.
Do you ever ask these spirits these questions
Yeah, sometimes.
about religion and afterlife and what's
Yeah.
going on? And
Apparently there is a God,
okay,
for sure.
all right,
And he's a great guy.
yeah,
That's what I get.
yeah,
So, and yeah, that's, but not deep. It's like, kind of like you got to experience for yourself.
I
You'll
see.
know when you get here.
yeah,
That's what I get more than anything, other than talking about how beautiful it is
yeah,
and how peaceful transitioning is.
yeah.
And that's one thing I got from my son, like, whew, that wasn't so bad. He
Or-
was scared to death of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, as most people are.
yeah, and it was like, that wasn't so bad. So it's nice for me to be able to tell people that, like, don't be afraid. You know. It's not like you're not, stop, can't breathe and it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like that.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's wow, you live a very fascinating life, Lillian.
I guess.
Yeah,
To
very
me, it's just a part of who I am.
yeah, and also like very unintentional. It's not like it's something you were seeking.
No.
It
Not
just
at
kind of
all.
happened to you.
It just happened, and the more people that felt better after I did it, yeah. Like, I can't tell you, even I had one come up to me and say, "Can I give you a hug?" A guy, and it was like, sure. Like, he was just blown away.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I take hugs.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice.
yeah.
Is there we've kind of gone through my list here. Is there anything you want to talk about?
You've covered just about everything. I
Yeah.
think just letting people know that I do it with sincerity. And death is hard. And I don't give closure. Like I said, I don't think we ever forget. That part of us always remains, but we can deal with it and know that one day we will see them again. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
That you will be with your people. Like, I often tell people who came and got their father, or who came and got their mother, and that in itself, or people get upset because they weren't there when they pass. That's because that's the way they chose it. Like, how many people I've had say to me, I went and got a coffee, came back, and they were gone. I feel so rotten about that. No. That's the way they wanted to go. They didn't want you there. They didn't want you to see that last breath taken. Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's reassurances for a lot of people. They just need the reassurance.
Yeah.
That everything's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't put that guilt on yourself.
No, never. And that's one of the things I think I've ridden a lot of people of, is the guilt.
Yeah.
About not being there or just getting there afterwards. It's like, All planned.
Yeah.
It's all planned.
Yeah. Nice. I have a story to tell you after.
Sure.
Related to that. I can't share it on the internet.
Yeah,
so.
of course.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so for people listening, obviously there's going to be some that are obviously a little skeptic, but some who are going to want to contact you. Is that
Sure.
something you're open to? Are you looking to book things?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
They can get me on my Facebook page, which is Black Moon Messages.
Okay.
And they can contact me through Messenger, Lillian Porter. Yeah, they can text, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can text me.
So yeah, your contact information is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's there.
Perfect.
So, yeah, and actually, I'll tell you one little story that's so cool.
Sure.
Is I had a guy call me or text me, and he said, "Hey, open house in where was Push Links tonight, and you can bring so and so." And I'm like, I wrote back and I said, "You got the wrong person, but it sounds like fun." And he wrote back laughing, "Sorry, I didn't mean to," and it bugged me all day. And then I had somebody at my head like, you gotta text him back. I'm like, so I text him and I said, "Look, I'm a medium," and I said, "Did you just recently lose a friend?" And nothing. And I said, "I'm sorry. I won't bother you. I just needed to know." And he wrote back about half an hour later. He said, "Yes, I did." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Just give me a few minutes to think about what he wants to say, and I'll get back to you." And I did. And I gave him an initial. I gave him a fist pump. Well, I couldn't figure out what that was all about. A lot of times I get stuff, I have no clue what it means.
It doesn't
But it
make any
means
sense
something
to
to
you.
the person, right?
Yeah.
So I got that, and I said, and it was tragic. So he wrote back, and he said, "I never believed." He said, "But I do now." He said, my best friend passed. D was his father's initial. And I said, "You need to go see his dad. He needs to see you." And I said, "Okay, I got to know. What's the fist pump?" And he started laughing. He says, "It's every time we went out to look for girls, we did some dancing, and he thought this cool move was a fist pump. He always did this fist pump move. He thought was so cool." And I said, "Okay, good." I said, "What's your name, by the way?"
Just a random interaction.
Yeah. And he said, "Oh, my name's so-and-so." And I went, "Okay, I just thought it'd be kind of nice to know who I was talking to."
So even if you randomly connect with somebody, that spirit will be like, "Oh, hey,
Spirit
this
did
is my
that.
opportunity."
Spirit did that.
I see. Ah,
Spirit connected us.
okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. It was the coolest thing.
That's super cool.
And he was just thanking me over and over again. Yeah.
And he himself was a little, this is strange.
Like, yeah, he said, "I never believed in this stuff." And I apologized, like, before he answered me. He said, "I'm sorry. I just, forget it." And no, he wrote back and said, "Yeah."
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I like it. Well, Lillian, thanks so much for, I know, obviously you're not pushing it on anybody, and it is what it is. So it was I don't know, I wouldn't want to say brave to come on, but I feel like a lot of people would be hesitant to kind of share something like this. So
Yeah, some people watch the podcast and goes, "She does what?"
Right? Yeah, and even just knowing that there are people out there that are skeptical of the whole thing still coming on is really cool. So yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, I enjoyed it very much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is everything. If you want to reach out to Lillian Porter, you know where to find her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey you, you're listening to Just Drew, Just Drew, Just Drew.